Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Something tells me you're already up. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning to all of you, wherever you are, whether you're here or you're there, and there could be everywhere across the world. I'm Pearson Bowen. Good to have you company on this Monday, the 27th of January, 2025. As always, I trust you've had a fantastic weekend. I certainly did. I hope you got that Friday night sleep that I cautioned you about. I hope you really enjoyed it indeed. But I want to welcome you to another day filled with all sorts of possibilities. And before we get going, I want to remind you to continue engaging with us on our social media platforms, on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you have something to tell us about, write to us by email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We are happy for your engagement, and a big thank you in advance. Now, I do have my question of the day today, and this came out of a conversation we were having in the production booth a little earlier on. And the question is, and I really would love to hear from you, what are your family traditions? Or have we moved away from family traditions? What are your family traditions? Do you still come together as a family and do things and do it consistently year on year, perhaps around the same time every year? Those traditions I'm talking about. What are your family traditions? Get ready to give me a call on 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'd love to hear your family traditions. Think about it. And you know what I do? I'll pause to hear from you. So think about it and give me a call, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Before I tell you what's coming up today, I want to celebrate today a year old. His name is Zane Calendar. Zane is 1 year old. I remember that just like yesterday, Zane. Just as old as you. Feels just like yesterday to me indeed. But congratulations to you, Zane, from Mummy and Daddy and Tanty Gail and all the rest of the family as well. We hope you had a lovely birthday, Zane. Happy first birthday to you indeed. Now, coming up today on there's Zane. Look at Zane, look. That's Zane right there. Oh, you're into Paw Patrol. Okay. Just as my godsons are, and my nephew Noah as well. Paw Patrol is the thing for children, it seems. So, Zane, to you, a very happy birthday. 1 year old. You're getting old, Zane. You're getting old. You're off the mark. Now, coming up today, we're in this together. The Bosom Pals are coming together for a cause. What's that cause? We'll tell you about today and how you can lend support to it as well. As you do know, cricket is definitely a part of our bloodstream. And so there's a school of excellence that helps us to be able to better ourselves at the game of cricket. We want to hear from the founder of that school, and we want to engage with all of you on how you can be a part of that school as well. It's for boys and girls. This morning, I promise you, we'll meet an 85-year-old Barbadian who is continuing to do phenomenal things. She's going to join me right here on the set this morning to tell us what else is in her plans as she continues to live her purpose. I can't wait to engage with this 85-year-old who makes this little me seem like nothing. But she's doing some wonderful things. We're going to talk to her in just a little while as well. Now imagine living in a space where everything around you is just burning to the ground. There's a Bajan who's having that experience, who's living that experience even as we speak. And all things equal, my fingers are all crossed. We'll get a chance to talk to him today as to how he's managing living in that inferno. We'll also be reaching across the seas to go to Trinidad and Tobago to meet a content creator for whom laughter is their thing that motivates them every single day. So he'll join us in just a little while. The Financial Services Commission promised to be with us this morning as well. They're on the cusp of launching their website, and they want to hear from you as well on a number of issues. We'll talk to them and hear from them, those things they'd like to hear from us about. And as you know, your eyes are the windows to your soul. They're also the windows to your world, but there's a condition. If you don't know about it, we will share with you this morning. So pay attention. There's a lot to get to. Remember, your question of the day is, what are your family traditions? What are they? How do you celebrate your family traditions? Give me a call on 228-5562 or 228-5563. Before I get to my first guest, by the way, there's something I want you to pay attention to right now because it's something for you to win. Have you heard about our vacation promotion? Take a look.
Get away.
Are you and your bae ready for the ultimate getaway? 98.1 The One and Mornin Barbados are teaming up to give 4 lucky couples a chance to win an unforgettable vacation. Here's the deal. Starting January 20th through February 15th, send us a video to marketing@cbc.bb or via WhatsApp to 467-5465 telling us why you and your bae deserve a vacation. Videos must be 30 to 90 seconds long and may be shared on social media and on TV8. Be creative, be fun, and most importantly, show us the love. Submit your video and you and your bae could be packing your bags for an epic staycation. So, what are you waiting for? Send those videos in and let's make it a vacation to remember.
Vacation. Get away.
This promotion is brought to you by our valued sponsors, Pine Hill Dairy, Burger King, Post Wireless World, Girlfriend Expo and Arts Festival 2025, The Magic of Carnival, Hilton Barbados, Coconut Court Hotel, Ross Trevor Hotel, 98.1 The One, and Mornin Barbados.
So Kimberly asked you the question, what are you waiting for? You have until the 15th of February to get your videos in, between 30 to 90 seconds long. You can send them by WhatsApp to 467-5465, or you may send them by email to marketing@cbc.bb. Some wonderful prizes to be won by you. And for 4 weeks, we will be rewarding 4 of you with a staycation to live your dream, you and your bae. So get together and start creating the magic. Let's see what you can do, and let's see how you can win as well. Speaking of giving and continuing to give, have you heard of the Little Pink Gift? I'm serious, have you heard of it? Well, there's a subset of that known as the Bosom Pals, and they're doing something really fantastic. I'm joined this morning by a face that you know so well here on CBC TV, Denise Shepherd-Johnson. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure to be with you again. So talk to me a little bit about the Bosom Pals and how that connects with the Little Pink Gift.
Okay. I actually found out about Bosom Pals when I myself was diagnosed with breast cancer in December 2022. And it's been an invaluable emotional support, and that's what the Bosom Pals social circle is. It meets every 3rd Saturday of the month at St. Dominic's Church, and it's a group where people can get emotional support when they're going through the trauma of a diagnosis and wondering what's going to become of me. It's very reassuring because there are many people in the group who tell you they've survived many years after cancer diagnosis and treatment, many for over 17 years. So it's very reassuring when you first get when you get the diagnosis and you're worried and scared. In addition, many people need financial support. So the Little Pink Gift Foundation actually provides financial support. So Bosom Pals is for emotional support, and the Little Pink Gift Foundation is for financial support. And that's support from diagnosis and treatment, and there are many components to treatment. There are different types of breast cancer, they're not all the same, and different people have different treatment requirements. But often they can be very expensive. I mean, you've got chemotherapy, CT scans, biopsies, bone scans, surgery, breast prostheses for those people who have a mastectomy. So there are lots of costs that people may not anticipate, or perhaps if they don't have health insurance, they may not be able to cover, or they may be in dire financial straits. So the Little Pink Gift Foundation was started in 2010 by Linda Lewis, a breast cancer survivor herself, and her daughter, and that gives the financial support to people, and they can apply for that financial support explaining what they require, and it will be responded to. The Bosom Pals, there are 2 components. There's the social circle I mentioned that meets on the 3rd Saturday every month from 2 to 4 o'clock at St. Dominic's, as I mentioned. But there's also Bosom Pals where you could, if you don't want to sit in a social circle, perhaps you feel a little inhibited, perhaps you don't want everybody to know your diagnosis. Some people want to be a little more
Yes.
private. So you can still contact them, and they will give you connections, buddies, who will assist you. Someone who might have gone through something similar, if you're dealing with emotional issues, someone who can also help you in that regard by telephone. You won't necessarily have to meet up.
And we'll put the information, the contact details right there on your screen, folks.
Yeah.
So pay attention, take note.
Right.
But you can only stretch so far.
Yeah.
And then the balloon contracts. How do you keep filling the balloon, and where do you get your donations from to be able to do what you do?
It's a charity, so a lot of it is about fundraising. It's all about fundraising, in fact. And the sad thing is that after the COVID pandemic, of course, a lot of the donations contracted. People were dealing with a lot of other issues, and of course, there weren't opportunities for fundraising. So that's why there have been some events in the past. There have been 5K walks. There have been meetings with the Cricket Association and activities with them at Kensington Oval. But now we have a concert coming up, and we had a calendar for 2025, but we have a concert coming up to raise some funds and to create awareness that we're in this together, because breast cancer is quite pervasive. There's a high incidence in Barbados compared to even some of the other Caribbean countries, and I think it's the second highest cancer after prostate cancer. So it's something that will touch people in many ways, either directly or indirectly. So trying to raise funds to help people who have financial constraints is very important. So we want to raise funds, and we're having a concert on Saturday, February the 8th. So I hope people put that in their diaries. Saturday, February the 8th. It's going to be a really exciting concert with the band of the Barbados Police Force, Police Service, and there's going to be a steel pan orchestra, the St. Augustine Church, Hearts of Flame,
yes.
steel
They're
orchestra, really good, exactly. And there's going to be a storyteller who's going to bring some levity to the event, who is Lynette Taylor. So it's going to be an event 6 o'clock at Prince Cave Hall on Station Hill. It's going to be an event that everyone's going to enjoy, and people will know that they're really supporting a good cause, because it is quite traumatic to go through breast cancer, or to have someone in your family go through it. But to know that that support is there, especially the emotional support and the financial, when it can become so dire. After you've had breast cancer, many people have to take medication for 5 to 10 years. That has a cost. So it can go on for a number of years, and many people find themselves in financial difficulty.
You know, as I listen to you, I'm hoping that as people listened as well, it's not a pity party.
Oh, no.
Being a survivor to breast cancer does not make you less able than anything else. So don't pity, but we love your support. When you come on the 8th of February to the Prince Cave Hall, the District A complex there in Station Hill, and lend your support to this great initiative, because every cent raised by this go towards helping those in need of that kind of support, because as Denise would have said, it's quite expensive and it's long term. And so to be able to do so significantly, your support is absolutely necessary. Now, the band of the Barbados Police Service is beyond a world renowned. We've seen them at Cropover, we've seen them at Christmas, we've seen them at the Rocks, we've seen them everywhere. We've thoroughly enjoyed their performances, and so we want you to come to have this really exciting concert. Now, Lynette Taylor, you're quite right, she is comedic, she is funny, and who would have thought that someone who is as professional as Lynette could be so funny? So you're quite right, it's quite a combination of exciting performances, and Prince Cave Hall can only hold so much. And so we would want you to be a part of the many who fill the hall, but long term going forward, how else can we lend support outside just attending the concert?
People can contact the Little Pink Gift Foundation at their website, littlepinkgift.com. They can email littlepinkgift@gmail.com to find out what support they can give, because people can make donations even outside of the concert. So we're looking for people to be involved. We're in this together. And for those who are actually going through treatment or have just received a diagnosis, they're welcome to reach out to Bosom Pals and get that support, get the reassurance, hear about different types of treatment, understand what they might be going through, that others have been through this. So we encourage people to buy their tickets for the concert at CS Pharmacy or at Wine World in Wildy, Rockley, at Warrens and Six Roads. And the tickets, the donation we're asking for is $60, which is quite reasonable in these times, and that money will definitely go towards helping people through a difficult time, both financially and emotionally.
CS Pharmacy, or Wine World at their locations around Barbados indeed. So your donation again goes a very long way to bringing relief and joy, because a diagnosis can depress you.
Oh, definitely.
It can really depress you for a significant portion of time.
Yeah.
But if you know that you have support from other people, then
Others
it
who've
makes
been
the
through
journey,
it.
and others who've also been through it.
Yes.
But it makes the journey a lot more manageable, I suppose.
Oh, definitely. Just knowing that you're not the only one that's been through something. Like when I first got my diagnosis, the first thing was, how long have I got? Immediate thoughts to death. But then meeting up with Bosom Pal members, they were saying, like I said, 17 years survived, 12 years, 14 years. You think, oh, this isn't a death sentence. It doesn't have to be. And also finding out what sort of treatments are available, what's available in Barbados, what isn't, what services are available, what medications are available. It's invaluable to have that support for people who have empathy because they've been through it. It's not hypothetical. They actually know what they're talking about, and it's very reassuring. And some people have said to me before, oh, why did you tell people that you had it? And I thought, because there is a community, and sometimes it's worth sharing your story and letting other people know you will be okay.
Because
and there
I'm
are others
okay.
people
Yes.
who will support you, because we're in this together.
We're in this together. You did speak earlier to a calendar of events you have, activities you have coming up for the rest of the year. Can you share a little bit more now?
Well, those activities were previous activities, so the plans are still in progress for the rest of the year. But this is our first big event for 2025 as a fundraiser, apart from the calendar which we produced at the end of 2024 for 2025.
I got you. So by the end of 2025, they're producing for 2026. Your story might be told on the calendar. Now, again, there's some who are watching who are thinking, like you've said earlier, I'm not so sure I could make myself as open as Denise is. What would you want to say to them today?
Still get in touch with Bosom Pals at the Gmail address that was given. You can explain what your situation is and or call the number that we've provided and find out what support is available, or this is what I'm going through, I need someone to talk to. It doesn't have to be in the group setting. So that's why Bosom Pals is there, and that's what the Little Pig Foundation is all about, financial and emotional support.
It doesn't have to be in a group setting.
It doesn't have to be. You can have one-on-one, one-on-one
Yeah.
counseling as well.
It's all on your screen, the information, folks. Please note it, please note it, please note it, because while today you may not have had a diagnosis, 2 months from now you may receive the diagnosis, and you need to know who to reach out to. The information for Bosom Pal Support Circle is right there on your screen. Take note. It could be a relative, it could be a colleague, it could just be a church member. Reach out to Bosom Pals and let's do this together. We're all in this together. But coming up on the 8th of February, we are all going to the Prince Cave Hall, District A, right there in Station Hill, to be with the band of the Barbados Police Service, to be with the panists from St. Augustine's Anglican Church, to be with Lynette Taylor, to be with others who are of like mind and have the same passion and interest in bringing relief and care and comfort and support.
Or just to enjoy the music. Just come along to enjoy the concert.
She's reading my mind. Come and enjoy the concert. It's going to be a great concert. As I said, it's not a pity party. This is a celebration. And so we want you to come lend your support. Tickets are $60, and you can get from CS Pharmacy or all of the locations of Wine World across Barbados. So don't just drive past the location. Stop, purchase the ticket, because your funds go a long way to bringing relief of those who are living with breast cancer and also to treat with their diagnosis as well. Is there anything else you'd want to share with us this morning, Denise?
Just to encourage people to come to the concert and to reach out to Bosom Pals or the Little Pink Foundation, Little Pink Gift Foundation, should they need any support, financial or emotional.
So you're not getting off this couch until I ask you, what are your family traditions?
What are my family traditions? Oh, well, my family is all over the globe, so the family tradition is FaceTime. FaceTime and WhatsApp calls, because literally I have family, my daughter lives in China, so we have family around the world. So our tradition is we always connect together using the new technologies.
It's so smart. But you know, one of the things we were talking about in the production booth before the show started was, we're going short on traditions in Barbados. The one thing we can all jump to is Christmas. We know
true.
Christmas, we know we're going to gather for some food and fun,
Yeah.
perhaps sing some carols and do some gift exchanges. But what other traditions do you have? Folks, I want you to really think about this and give us a call, 228-5562 or 63. One of the things that I remember so vividly growing up, my father had an Old Year's night tradition. If you are fast asleep at the stroke of midnight, he opens every window, every door, turns on every light, wakes all of us up to welcome the new year.
Wow, that's fantastic.
But then you know who had to close up? Me.
Here's a price to pay.
That's not a tradition I want to repeat at all. But that was one of our family traditions. So do you have any, folks? Then give us a call. But thank you, Denise. I wish you well. I hope that you are overwhelmed by the number of people who do show up and who do lend their support to the upcoming concert on the 8th of February. The concert starts at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 in the evening.
Yeah.
It is going to be fantastic. All the
It
best
is.
with the bosom pals, all the best with the little pink gift. And again, come back and talk to us a little bit more sometime about all of this, because I think that the awareness, the raising of awareness and sensitivity around talking about breast cancer is so absolutely vital.
Thank you so much.
You're
It's
welcome
been a pleasure
indeed.
to be here.
Thank you. Morning Barbados continues right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get her. Oh, Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
24 and a half minutes after 6 o'clock now. The question of the day, what are your family traditions? Do you have any at all that you'd love to share with us? I'd love to hear from you. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let's get to the phone. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Peace be unto you.
And to you as well, Tanti Gail.
Thank you very much. He's so sweet here.
Yeah, 1 year old.
And I tell you, he's so much energy. And his mother.
Gail, your phone going about breaking up.
Oh, I said he has his grandmother.
Gail,
And his grandfather going. Hello?
your phone is breaking up. Are you using a cordless phone?
Yeah. You
What?
can hear me good now?
No, go back closer to the base.
All right.
Go back closer to the base, because I think the further you go away from the base, it gets a little bit crackly. So talk to me again now. Let's see.
Yeah, I was saying that he has his grandfather and his grandmother looking younger. Anyhow, Peter, I'm so blessed to see Miss Deborah Johnson. She looks so good.
She does. She does.
Yes.
She does.
And another person I saw yesterday at the plant show was my former teacher and my daughter teacher, Mrs. Hoy. Good morning, Mrs. Hoy, if you're watching.
But Gail, the question is, what are your family traditions?
Well, as you said, yes. Now, my family is overseas, just like the majority of my siblings is overseas. My mom passed. So my tradition is spending Christmas overseas, but with the house opening, that's what I call you about.
You all did
I
that?
saw my great aunt did that a few times, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
thought
that's what
we were
made me call
unique.
it. Yeah?
I thought we were unique.
No, people, a lot of people probably did.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did, you know, to let, as you said,
Let in the
Fresh.
new air. Get
Yeah.
rid of the old air.
fresh, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. That's wonderful. But thanks for calling, Gail, all right?
Have a blessed week and stay safe, each and every one. God bless Barbados.
All right, bye, man. Have a good morning. She's going to laugh. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What are your family traditions? What did you do together? Was it, going on picnics together as a family? So every public holiday or bank holiday, you got all loaded up into a vehicle. We used to do that too. Into Daddy's little Suzuki van, and we go on, boy, food in tow. And did you do that as well? Was that part of your tradition to have the family picnics on certain days? Was it a case of birthday celebrations? I'm not sure. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Are you awake?
Yes, I am.
Are you struggling to wake up?
I was.
You're awake now, though. Again, what's the first name again?
Antoinette.
Antoinette. Antoinette, where are you watching from?
I'm watching from in my bedroom.
Antoinette, listen to me. Don't make me stare into your room now. What parish are you in now?
Christchurch.
Christchurch. All right, Antoinette. What are your family traditions?
This rice and black eyes. Rice and black eyes. Before there's a tradition.
But rice and black eyed peas.
Peas, yes, rice and black eyed peas.
So why is that?
Eat that? The grandmother started. So after she passed, we carry on the tradition.
Okay.
You have to eat this black rice before the 12 o'clock. When 12 o'clock? Yes, before.
You mean at the turn of the year, at the All Year's Day?
Yes, All Year's night, before the other day break out.
So at what time would y'all sit around the table to have dinner of this rice and black eyed peas?
At 12 o'clock at night, when the clock straight.
You serious?
Yes.
And what meat did you have?
They put the hops in it and like the ends of the arm and that kind of thing in it.
And that was a tradition. And why don't you do it still?
Because the grandmother carry on. She says for good luck.
And why do you not? Why do you not do it?
Why I don't do it?
Yes.
We do it. We carry on.
Still?
Yes, because she passed.
Okay.
So we still carry on.
And all of the other members of the family still do?
Yes. One body will do it 1 year, the next body will do it 1 year, but everybody got to get together and eat this black eyes and when the clock straight 12 o'clock at night, even if it passed a little, yes, before the other day break out.
So on that one night, that's what you do. But would you eat black eyed peas and rice any other time of the year?
No, I don't really eat it.
You had enough.
Yeah, only that night.
Antoinette,
just for good luck.
That is such a strange one, but thank you for that one, all right? And
okay, thank you too.
Antoinette?
Yes, please.
Get up and get out, man. You got things to do.
I gotta get up.
Good girl, all right.
Bed is be too warm for the morning and sweet.
Imagine me. I have to get up earlier than you, but thank you so much, all right?
Okay,
have a good morning.
Good day.
You too, thank you. Antoinette called. Their tradition in the family is to, just before midnight, they will all sit and eat a plate of black eyed peas and rice with pork hocks and all those kinds of things inside. What a thing. What's your family tradition? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'd love to hear what that is for you. It could be that every birthday you decide as a family you will all get together and throw a thing or go to lunch or wherever. I don't know. What is it for you? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Pearson.
Hi, how are you?
I am not too bad.
Who am I speaking with?
You are speaking to a lady named Monica.
Hi, Monica. What parish are you in, Monica?
St. George.
St. George. Monica from St. George. Miss Monica, what is your family tradition?
Well, I'm very sorry to say I don't have no family.
I don't understand that.
I'm telling you, my mother had her only daughter, and 2 sons.
I'm listening.
2 sons. And I guess we love one another, but we so far apart, don't call, nothing. So...
You know, Monica, that can change today.
I don't think so.
Monica, don't listen to me carefully.
I'm listening.
I don't reveal what I don't need. Everybody doesn't need to know. But Monica, you can pick up the phone the same way you called me. You can call your brothers.
Yes, I do call them.
Okay.
Mr. Pearson.
Yes, Monica.
I do call them, but they don't call me. Listen, I have a brother living in St. George, and he started almost like telling me the bloody horn. Bloody horn? Will you want to get your horn?
Monica, thanks.
What's
Yeah?
your horn about the place?
All right, Monica. All right, Mons. Have a good day, Monica, though. But thanks. So I don't want you to tell everybody your business. Not everybody has to know that.
Mr. Pearson, I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to. First of all, talking to you, and I saw every night up on morning in my bedroom, listen to you, and you really make my heart, my day, good.
Bless your heart. Thank you, Monica.
I have one niece, I have what's in there, average is all I have.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too, Monica. Thank you very, very much indeed. Bless your heart, bless your eyes, bless your spirit. 228-5562, 228-5563. Call me, let me know your family traditions. I'd love to hear. Don't forget our vacation competition where you can do a video, 30 seconds to 90 seconds of you and your bae. Tell us why we should give you this vacation, and you can send it by WhatsApp to 467-5465, or you may send it by email to marketing@cbc.bb. You will have until the 15th of February to get your entry in, because for 4 weeks we're giving one of you every week an opportunity, that couple, an opportunity to go have a staycation in beautiful Barbados. Is going to be great. So do come, start creating and sending, all right? But right now, the question of the day at 27 minutes to 7 o'clock is, what are your family traditions? I know it's hard to think and to ponder, because you don't think that the thing you're doing is a tradition. You just know that you do it. But when you stop to reflect for just a moment, you realize, wait, you know what? We do this all the time. And we've been doing this all the time for a long period of time. That now must be a tradition. So what is that? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Those are the numbers to call. And if you're on our Facebook page and you think you have a tradition to share, you can also type it out right there. So whether you're here or over there, send us your traditions. We'd love to hear from you indeed. Still to come, there's a young man from Trinidad and Tobago who is very creative. He's very funny as well. And so we thought we should share that inspiration with you this morning when we meet with him in just a little bit. Also today, we'll be meeting that 85-year-old Barbadian who is going to make you at 25 look small. She's going to join us in just a little while as well. We're going to take a break. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get her. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different.
It's spectacular, it's fabulous, you know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular, it's fabulous, you know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join...
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 20 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock as we turn our attention to the work of the Financial Services Commission. They're engaging very shortly with you in a public consultation as they also prepare to launch their website, and we can't wait to hear what we can expect from these public engagements. We're joined this morning by the Deputy CEO Acting, Denise Hines Jordan. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome. Next to her is Carol Nichols, who is the Chief Operations Officer. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning.
Good to have you. And Alicia Bascom, she's a talker.
I am.
She's the Manager of Corporate Communications and Public Education. Good morning to you, Alicia.
Good morning, Kirsten. Thank you.
CEO, I'll start with you, Deputy CEO, because there are a lot of people who hear the term Financial Services Commission, but they don't have a clue as to what you do. So what do you do?
So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this with Barbados, because it's actually vitally important for you to understand what we do. We're essentially the regulator of the non-bank financial sector. That is your insurance companies, the agents, the salesmen. Is also the regulator for the capital market. So that's the securities companies, your mutual fund administrators. It's the regulator for the credit unions. Most of Barbadians have a credit union account. We're the ones who ensure that we set standards by which the business operate so that your money is safe. You want to make sure when you put your hard-earned money in, it's there. And we also regulate occupation pension funds.
When you say regulate, could you break that down for us a little bit more as to what day, minute by minute, almost moment by moment, your functions are?
Well, moment by moment may take a little bit long, but certainly we set standards. So we, like any regulator, there's a set of legislative standards,
Right.
so the number of acts that we administer. But beyond the acts, we set the guidelines and guidance notes. So guidelines are a little more formal. They're legislative in terms of they have the power of legislation, but guidelines tell you how to do something. Guidance notes explain the details of what that really means. And so we license you, then we give you the rules for operation, so we have a level playing field. Think of us like a referee.
Right.
You know, we set the kind of rules, we make sure you play by those rules, and when you don't play by those rules, there's sanctions. You can get some time out, you can get kicked out the game, right? But it's just like that. And so that's really what we do as the regulator. We're there to make the system work for you. Our main mandate is consumer protection. Our second, it's not really secondary because this is true for both of the regulators, there are two in Barbados, and it's really about the stability of the financial system.
So if I, as one of the members of the organization, the groups, the financial services that you offer, and I choose to change the rules of my game, do I have to come back to you first?
Well, it depends on which rule you're changing. We set broad mandates in terms of guidelines. How you internalize that in your company really depends on you. But as long as you meet the standards we set. Okay. So I may give you a guidance note because they're principle based, so they have to be proportional. And by that it simply means if you're big and complex, I expect a lot more detail. If you're small, not so complex, you know, your rules may be slightly different, a little bit softer, if there's such a word. But it's really about making sure that you follow the standards set. So if your changes fit within that standard, no, you just don't need to come back to me. But if you start to go outside of that, then we have a long discussion, and that discussion can get a little more interesting.
Something tells me, Carol, that's what this public consultation is going to be about, and you're going to have some very active engagement. Let's talk a little bit about what we can expect in the upcoming public consultation.
Well, thank you, Pearson, and good morning. Let me start from the very beginning. The Financial Services Commission is a state-owned enterprise, and we operate under the Public Finance Management Act. It is mandatory for SOEs to have a public meeting once every 2 years. So that's where we're starting.
All SOEs?
So remember that legislation was established in 2019. We're not the first out the blocks, but we're required.
Okay.
And therefore, we need to have this public meeting to satisfy three main objectives. One, to report on the results of our most recent financial year. We also describe for you the state of our business, and we also give you a peek into the next 2 years. So that's where we started. So we need to have this public consultation and this public meeting. Why is this? In fact, that act was established to allow for the improvement of public financial management. Essentially, it's setting out best practice for public enterprises because we manage the public purse. And this public consultation comes at a very good time because we are undergoing transformation. We refer to ourselves as FSC 2.0 because we're transforming ourselves. There's significant changes that are being undertaken, primarily in our digital transformation, but most importantly with our people, our structure, our talent, because that's the most important asset any entity can have. And we have some very ambitious targets. We have 6 strategic priorities, and we have multiple projects that are running concurrently. So anyone who is fortunate enough to be with us on Friday will be able to hear more about those opportunities and what we plan to do to increase our stakeholder engagement or innovation, because this sector is actually evolving at an exponential rate. and we need to be future fit. So that's why we're having this, and we look forward to all the feedback that we can have.
And so, almost called you Carol. Alicia, talk to me a little bit now about what we can expect in terms of the launch of the website. Why are you revamping your website? And with this revamp, what are you hoping to be able to achieve?
Right. Thanks, person, for the question. So when you think about a website, it's one of the first places that people will visit, right? When they hear about any entity, whether that's a private business or public. And so we want that when people go to the website, immediately it resonates with what they want to see or what they need to see. You can almost think of it as the first voice that we have with our publics. And so we want to have a website that is engaging, something that is fresh and dynamic. And hopefully, those who are watching this morning or those who are listening, if they've seen what our website was like before and they visit it now, I believe that they too can attest to the fact that we've done some major work to try to make it a lot more fit for purpose. So the whole idea of having a website that is appealing is important for us. And so when people visit the website now, and they can visit it now, but of course on Friday we'll have the big launch around it, but they'll see aspects of it that were not there before. So key statistics, for example, related to the sector, that's right up there as soon as you get on the homepage. And that is one of the frequent requests that we get from our stakeholders. So they want numbers. So those numbers are now readily available. Being able to search our website as well for those that we regulate or supervise, that's also very easy to do now as well. So there's a lot more that we're doing with the site to really make it fit with our FSC 2.0 brand. But yeah, so that's just one of the things that people can look forward to hearing more about on Friday.
They've gone HD.
Yes.
As we say, my neck of the world.
Yeah.
And so Denise, you know, bring comfort to people's conscience and their minds, because we now met with all of these hackings and so forth. What comfort can you give to folks when they engage with your website that the information they mine or the information which they share is secure?
Well, the information on our website is not information that you are going to be, I think, worrying so much about the security. What we share is internal information. So we're sharing the number of registrants, which is there, and let me roll that one back. The first thing you need to understand is that we have a very strong IT department, and I say that without any reservation. And so in terms of our own internal standards around cybersecurity, those are very, very strong. We actually issue guidance to the industry about the expectation on cybersecurity. But having said that, the type of information you have there isn't one that you should be worried about accessing. It's information on the registrants. It's information on the size of the sector. It's information that actually helps you to do your business. It tells you what the expectations are from the regulator for our registrants. So when you go into to do business, for instance, with an institution, we have standards around, say, governance. So it gives you a chance to even ask some of the questions so you can get some internal comfort about the institution in which you're engaging with. And so it's that type of information. We also use it to share information. So very, very recently, you would have heard persons talking about transactions or investment opportunities that you then hear that maybe they're not sanctioned. And you can go on our website and you will see where we say to you, if you're looking for a legitimate investment, these are the characteristics. This is what you should see. You can see who's registered to provide that type of business by coming onto our website. So it provides clarity of information as such. It's not a website where you go, you enter your own personal data.
That's good to hear.
Pearson, may I add something to that? Yes, Denise. Our website was really subjected to rigorous penetration testing.
Good.
As is our system in general, really. We take cybersecurity very seriously. It is on the board agenda, and we recognize that the safety of personal identifiable information is top of mind. So we want to just reassure everyone that we haven't overlooked that aspect of it. So Denise is quite right. We are as resilient as we can be.
And I'm comfortable now that you've said that. I'm sure our audience is as well. So who's going to tell me when is the public consultation? Where is the public consultation? What time is the public consultation?
I'd be happy to give you those details, person. So it's on Friday evening. So that's always a good time for people to come out and just unwind at the end of the week. It's on Friday at 6 p.m. at the Hilton Barbados. And it's going to be for just about 2 hours or so. We're not taking up your entire night. You can still head up to Oistins or wherever after. All right. But it will be a rich time, an engaging time, a real informative time. And so we're inviting not just those that we regulate. I mean, they're important, but we really want the wider public to come out and take the opportunity to ask any questions that they may have. There were recent developments, as Denise alluded to, in the media, you know, where they had a lot of questions, right, about things surrounding investments and the role perhaps that the FSC plays in overseeing things like that. And this is the perfect opportunity for them to come out and pose those questions or any others that they may have.
That is so important to hear indeed. So it's not just for those in the service sectors at the moment, it's for all of us.
Everybody.
Really, because we all engage with these products as we go, and so we want to be able to ask the questions we want answers to.
Yes.
And to hear the answers that we want to hear as well, and perhaps offer suggestions, I suppose, because none of us knows it all. And so if we can all engage in that kind of way, it becomes truly beneficial one way or the other. So it's happening this coming Friday.
Yes.
Hilton Barbados,
Yes.
starting at 6 in the evening.
6 p.m.
Right after work is all done, pack yourself up, you're going to the Hilton Hotel. If you've nothing to do, get on the bus early, we're going to Hilton Hotel. And you can accommodate all of us. You can accommodate as many as possible.
Well, the Hilton itself is limited in size, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We would love to host everybody, but let's just say there will be limited capacity. But we invite people to visit our website and RSVP so that we have an idea of your intent to be there. But following this forum, there will be other opportunities for them to still engage with us. So even if they can't make it on Friday, we have our website available with all the email addresses available for you to reach out to us, and we'd be happy to engage that way as well.
You said visit the website and RSVP. Carol, what's the website address, first of all, so people know it? And how is it easy to find how to RSVP?
It's very easy. It's fsc.gov.bb.
Easy.
Very easy. FSC. I know that we're normally confused with another entity with a similar name, but that's even more reason why you should come and visit us and learn more about us and what we do. And we are really considering this as really important, essential, because an entity is judged by the quality of its website. So the website is there primarily to help with regulation, but we also see it as an opportunity for members of the public to look at any employment opportunities we may have. We see it as a channel through which we can do our recruitment drives, and eventually, over the longer term, we expect that we will have a payment portal there. So I think what is most important, though, is that we are working towards business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that we can have our clients worldwide access us. And whereas we might have had some manual processes in the past, we are looking at how we do things. Business facilitation is right up there on our agenda, and we hope to be able to automate those processes through the functionality of our website.
Yes. And further to what Carol said, Pearson, in terms of how you can easily find that RSVP site, once you go onto the website, it's right there in our slider graphic at the top. You'll see FSC 2.0, the event. Just click on that, and it'll take you straight to the reservation spot.
We're showing folks as we speak on the screen as well, so they're watching and they're paying attention. So fsc.gov.bb. FSC, got to sound it so they can hear it clearly. fsc.gov.bb, and you'll see right there on the slider the RSVP option for you. And basically you're registering and you're saying, I will attend. And attend because there's a seat reserved for you. It's on Friday, 6 o'clock. the Hilton Barbados is a public consultation for those already in the services sector, the financial services industry, but for all of us who engage with the many myriad products that are being offered by these sectors as well. It's for all of us to come, ask questions, hear for ourselves the answers, and then you can be well informed and make better judgment as well. And so, Denise, this is only a part of what you do at the Financial Services Commission, and I like the fact that there is innovation.
Correct.
It is so important, and as Carol would have said, also facilitating business in a digital way where I can be anywhere at any time and conduct my business.
Correct. So we actually have, as one of our strategic priorities, as Carol would have shared, a whole strategy around innovation. And innovation in our case is not just about fintech innovation, it's any innovative product or alternative way of offering the service to our consumers. We're proud to say we actually have licensed persons in the fintech arena. And so for us, this is just part of that evolution.
Right. Got to leave it right there. But ladies, I wish you well with this initiative. I'm excited by it because it's a public consultation and people have questions. And I'm glad that you're not afraid to meet the people, to hear from them, and to be able to respond to them as well, and to create a portal that allows people to engage with you in real time as well. Denise Hines-Jordan, the Deputy CEO acting with the Financial Services Commission. Next to her, Carol Nichols, who is the Chief Operations Officer. She runs the whole thing, I'm telling you. And you can hear it coming out of you, Carol. This is the way we do it. And Alicia Bascom, who is the Manager Corporate Communications and Public Education. Ladies, I wish you well with this. And thank you for being so strong in what you do, because it's the confidence that we need to know that when we engage with these products, that you have our backs.
We do.
Thank you for being the strong regulators that you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Morning Barbados takes a break. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 o'clock. These ladies thought they would get away from me. Not at all. What are your family traditions? I'll start with you, Alicia.
Oh, dear.
Gotcha.
Right out the block. Okay. So there are two. one, not very flattering, but we'll get to that second, right? So we have picnics.
Yes.
For any reason at all or for no reason at all. We have picnics. And that's something I think my grandmother, she initiated.
Nice.
So once she says, okay, according to her, I want to eat out, right? She doesn't mean she wants to go to a restaurant,
Yes.
right? She just wants us to go outside somewhere, let the fresh air blow in our faces, according to her.
Nice.
So we do that quite often.
Yes.
And relatedly, the second tradition is that we're always late. So if we're not late, it's not our family. So if you want an event to begin at 5, you would perhaps need to say get there for 1. I know it's pretty extreme, but it's the truth. And I'm sure my sisters are watching right now and they're like, yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's 2 of our traditions.
What month were you born in?
December.
December the what?
28th.
You are Capricorn?
I am.
Welcome to my world.
Oh,
good to meet you, fellow Capricorn.
Good people.
You're born a day just before my youngest brother, Julian. He's born on the 29th.
Oh, I'm sure he's a nice
Good people,
guy.
good people,
Sure.
good people. But we don't do late, okay?
Well, you know what? I should say that we know perhaps when to put on and take off that hat.
Okay.
Because on Friday, for the public consultation, we'll be on time, right? We'll be on time. But yeah, so that's my family for you.
Fair enough. Carol, what about you? What's your family tradition?
Well, let me just say, I have 3 children. And anytime they're away from Barbados, studying or whatever, working, and they return home, they expect their favorite food to be freshly out of the oven.
Macaroni pie.
A ham.
Oh my goodness.
A freshly baked ham.
Nice, nice.
It must be nice and warm, even after collection at the airport. So that's really a tradition. They expect it to be there.
I love that. Can I be
And
a
it
member?
doesn't matter the time of year, okay?
Correct. Can I be a member of your family? Because that's mine too.
Anytime.
Anytime. Denise, what about you?
I have a very small family, so we don't have a lot of traditions. And so the one thing I can think of that we do constantly, I think my mom died when she was 56, and we're very much aware of this. And so now every time we speak to each other, we never say goodbye without saying I love you. So
Nice.
even to the kids, to an adult, I'll say I love you, so that, you know,
That is
at least you know that I care.
That is beautiful, Denise. I love you.
I love
Say that to me. Good. All right. Good. Thank you, ladies. I wish you the best. Thank you so much for playing along with me, okay?
Thank you, Percy.
All
It's been a pleasure.
We're coming back to meet a man from overseas in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, could hear you perfectly.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well,
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, you mother, no, you father, right? Come. Let me do this. Get this work done. I want you to use the word auntie in a sentence. Example, I am your Auntie Allison. All right?
Okay,
go ahead.
When my grandmother wake up in the morning, she just make bread and cheese and tea. You want some?
Ezekiel, I tell you I am playing with you, you know. You want here?
Who tell you can hit me?
Next word, Texas, as in Texas in America. Give me a sentence. Do not play with me, little boy.
Yesterday, my daddy tried to call me, but we was too busy. So my mommy tell him to text us.
All right, you know what? Just give me some words that begin with F. Just. Have we done this thing?
I know this. Photo. It have a place my mommy does go when she's sick. Pharmacy. And food.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Fed up.
That's another F word, fed up. Thank you, Alison. That man, Mr. Certified Samson, is with us. Good morning to you, Certified Samson.
Good morning, Mr. Pearson Bowen. Thank you very much for having me on the show this morning.
Listen,
I am very much excited to have a discussion with you, of course.
I have two of your fans in studio with me. These two ladies want this. When they saw you were coming on, they said they wanted to say hi to you. There they are waving at you.
Hey. Hello. Sorry, it's virtual. Okay? I'm going to virtual hug.
Oh, he's hugging you. Oh, well done. A good one. So, Certified Samson, there it is. Now, I've seen you on social media as well, and you do some crazy things. When people see you, do they expect you to be in that mode all the time?
Absolutely. Where's Ezekiel? It's almost like I've set up myself in such a way that people believe these characters are actually real. So when they see me, they ask, where's mom? Where's Ezekiel? Where's dad? Where's granny? Where's Jackson? Where's Cruz? Where's Zion? And it's have all these personalities that they've grown accustomed to, but it's an enjoyable experience just to see how much people respond to the videos, respond to the skits that I do online.
And you know, a lot of people think that this is not serious work. This is serious work for you.
Ooh, serious work. I'm doing this for 10 years now. And I will say for the first 7 years, I had to definitely take that as a learning experience because no cash was coming in. It was pure love. It was pure learning for the craft, for the direction that I wanted to go in life. And I'm so grateful. And I'm so happy that I continued on that stride and didn't give up in between.
But you know, it could have been a hit or miss. But it's a hit. And what do you think was the thing that made it a hit?
Consistency, you know, Mr. Bowen. Consistency is one of the most underrated things. Like the more you practice something, the more you get better at it. And people need to give themselves room to be bad. I was absolutely horrible, Mr. Pearson. I was horrible at when I now started. But while going ahead with the journey, just with anything that you start, you're not going to be perfect or fantastic at it. But what I knew I had was that nick for consistency, that drive for consistency. And of course, things would have only gotten better the more I dived into the content that I did.
I'm curious to find out what your school teachers thought of you. And if you were to meet them today, what you would say to them in return.
I would definitely say, see, the class clown is a clown now. I would definitely say that the class clown is a real life clown in what he does. But you know, my school days was definitely the realization of who I was and who Jamel Sampson was. Couldn't stay one place for too long. Always talking in class. Wouldn't recommend it for anyone watching right now with their kids, right? But I was definitely one that was more expressive. Yes. I couldn't contain myself in a environment for too long. So I decided to just, you know, break free when I left school and started the content journey. But love all the teachers. They were so understanding of the fact that Samson was a talkative one. They even mentioned that they feel I might be an entertainer one day, or they feel I might go down that realm of being an actor. But it's a great experience seeing how people respond to it.
It has to be such magic, really, to be living one's dream, to live in your authentic self. And I'm sure you're able to sleep peaceably at night.
Absolutely. No, it's hard work because recently I dived into that venture of business and turning what I do, the content creation and having the support base that I have and making a product and creating an experience that brings myself and also an extension of myself closer to them. So other than content, the entrepreneur side of myself has been a great learning experience, and I thoroughly enjoy both aspects of the certified Samson brand. But comedy is the forte. Comedy is what I love. I've been to Barbados 3 times. Absolutely love it. Love it. Definitely coming back soon. But in the realm of being authentic and being yourself, it's a beautiful thing. Most mistake I see anybody that want to start out doing content creation, they're not themselves. And when you reach a particular stage where you're growing and you realize it's becoming more frustrating, it's because you're not authentic. You're doing something that is not you.
Yes.
So it's really, really, really important to find that authenticity and originality in what you do and who you are.
You talked about branching into other business because right there on your shirt you have Certified Scoop. Talk to us a little bit about the business that you have also branched into.
So while doing content, while having that nature of figuring out how to grow, how to expand, I decided to come up with an idea for a business, which is ice cream. I absolutely love ice cream, Mr. Bowen. And ice cream was something that my mom would walk in the room. I have a pint on the left, I have a pint on the right. And she wants to know, why am I eating 2 pints of ice cream on the bed looking at a movie? But the love for ice cream that I have was something that I wanted to bring to life. So Certified Scoop was an idea at first, and it became a reality. And I'm so blessed and grateful and happy to see the experience of growing a business and also to be in that environment, because it's a different environment compared to content and skits. I opened a Certified Scoop, my first branch, at July 26th of 2024 in south of Trinidad, a mall called South Park. And then 5 months later, business was doing great. And I opened the second branch, the second location at a place called East Gates in Trinidad. It's a mall as well. And for me, ice cream brings family together. It brings people together. And seeing that support for me, Mr. Bowen, is so tremendous, because even when I look at the diaspora or the different countries that look at my content, Barbados is one of the top ones as well. And I remember coming to Barbados the first time, not expecting a lot of people to know me. And the love there, Mr. Bowen, was tremendous. It was tremendous. Absolutely love it there, man.
That is fantastic to hear indeed. So when you take time now to plot the future, your future, what do you see as perhaps your next venture? And then further down the road, how do you see yourself living this out long term?
Absolutely. So one thing that buzzed around my head was that same question, is like, when I'm transitioning out of content, whatever time frame that might be, what do I have left to see the rewards from the hard work that I put out? And Certified Scoop was one of that, creating that business so that it could create that sort of stability later on. But also the next step for me, if we're looking at the next 5-10 years, definitely want to be in a movie. And when I say movie, something of quality, something of substance. I wouldn't say I represent Trinidad and Tobago only. I would love to represent the Caribbean, and try in my best ability to make sure that the Caribbean diaspora is happy. The Caribbean diaspora is represented well. And of course, I feel like one of my most important goals right now is figuring out how can I make a movie possible? How can I have that opportunity to be in one?
Is there any other content provider, producer, or any other actor that you thought, you know what, I kind of want to pattern myself there and then I'll see where I go from there? Is there anyone who's like that for you?
Man, that's a tough question because I love movies so much. I could go from Al Pacino to Denzel Washington. Listen, I love movies, so it's and comedy especially. Kevin Hart was a big inspiration for me growing up. Of course, I have various amount of comedians that were amazing in films and whatnot. But somebody that I would say I definitely looked up to was Kevin Hart. In the comedic space when it comes to drawing you into the TV, into the movie, making things feel a different way. Denzel Washington is an amazing actor that I look at. So for me, I have many different inspirations in the acting world, in the comedic world. I am just trying to make sure that I get that opportunity, and once it presents itself, I am ready, I am available. And I make the Caribbean proud, especially Trinidad and Tobago, my island, proud.
I'm so comfortable with your headspace. I'm really happy to hear you speak in the way that you do. Because, oftentimes we see your work on social media, we think, this man is a total clown. Surely that's all that he is. But you're far more intelligent and far more incisive in your decision making than meets the eye in your content creation. And are you fearful of being typecast in a particular line? And if so, what are you doing apart from your other business? What else are you doing creatively that would show people your depth, your range?
So that's a wonderful question, Mr. Bowen, because people often think that Samson is a clown through and through. In real life, time and place. As I grew up, mom would say it all the time: time and place. You have to know how to carry about yourself. Most people may not know, but comedians are some of the most intelligent people. My grades might not say that, but my experience in life and in learning and in understanding the way things work, I would say a lot of that came from just comedy. A lot of intelligence, the way I speak, the way I go about doing things came from comedy. And one of the fundamentals that I always try to show the youth and the young ones coming up and who maybe want to do content as well is, when you go into something, you had to work so hard, Mr. Bowen, that you won't believe the situations I've ended up in while doing content. But it's something that it's a beauty, like diamonds cannot be created without a little pressure from time to time.
Right.
And one thing I absolutely appreciate is firstly the support for sure from the people, as well as the opportunity to continue doing content and having ideas in my brain that I could put out there that people could enjoy for sure. But I often hear people say, "Oh, you're very well spoken, you're very..." Comedians are intelligent as well. We ain't sure.
Certified Samson, boy, it is a pleasure meeting you. We've seen you on social media. Now to see you almost face to face, it's fantastic. But what I loved most was when you're prepping to get ready to receive you onto the set, how the ladies reacted. They were like, "Oh my gosh, is he up next? I want to say hi to him. Can we say hi to him?" So we allow them the opportunity to do so. You have made using what you do such fun, and so many people have locked into you. I wish you the very, very best with all of your endeavors, whether it is serious or funny. All of your endeavors indeed, because you seem like a really good guy. I have one question for you.
Yes.
What are some of your family traditions? Do you have any?
Family traditions. A lot. We have superstitions happening in the home. Don't open an umbrella in the house. Don't cross over somebody's foot. They won't get married. We have traditions like Christmas. I was hearing the young lady speaking about ham.
Yes.
A freshly baked ham. Listen, when Christmas time comes, it's pastel, it's ham, is lime, is everything. Another family tradition is respect. You must have respect in a Caribbean household.
Yes.
Or you will feel the brunt of not having respect in a Caribbean household. And trust me, that is not something you'd like to experience.
So true.
Yeah. So definitely I would say, the content that I do is heavily influenced by the way I was brought up from mom, dad, auntie, uncle, cousin, friends, and I've realized we all experience somewhat the same thing.
Yes.
Sometimes your mom might look at you, and when she look at you, it's to behave yourself. So it's something that I've realized. We all could see comedy through our experiences in life, and definitely we all go through somewhat the same things.
All right. My technical director said to me, talk to me as Ezekiel for just a moment. Can you do that?
I see how people in the boy. Yeah, boy. Nice to meet you, my name is Ezekiel. I turned 9 yesterday. Yeah.
Ezekiel, why are you so troublesome?
Listen, I don't give trouble. No. People around me just don't understand that as a child and children just make mistakes. Mr. Boy, I show you just get trouble.
That's true. Ezekiel, Certified Samson, Jamel Samson,
Yes.
Thank you so much indeed. You've been so much fun. You're so good, and you're still so young. There's a lot of future ahead of you. Continue doing well what you're doing at the moment.
Absolutely. 28 years, now start. Definitely waiting for the journey to continue. Thank you so much, Mr. Bowen, and to the beautiful island of Barbados for even having me on this call with you this morning. And this conversation was absolutely great. Love the questions. Definitely excited to see you in person and see the team in person.
All right, thank you so much indeed. Jamel Samson is his name, Certified Samson to you, if you please. And he was just so much fun. We're taking a break here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, 24 minutes now after 7 o'clock. I have props on the set today because this is so important indeed. I did mention to you at the top of the show, we're talking about an eye condition, which some of you still may not be absolutely familiar with, even though over time, Roseanne Myers has been the voice behind talking about keratoconus. I got it right? Say it again.
Keratoconus.
Keratoconus. You see? It's
Just
one
remember
of those
the
words.
conus part.
Yes.
Keratoconus.
But that's because for a lot of people, and they dismiss it because that's a word I can't call.
Yes.
But it's a word we all need to get to know because it's important to know. Tell me, why is this so important that we get to know about it?
Well, keratoconus is an eye condition, yes, and in Barbados there are several. We have from glaucoma to diabetic retinopathy, which people hear about. Keratoconus is supposed to be a rare condition. From the little research that we've done, it seems to be reasonably more prevalent in Barbados. We haven't done the research yet, and we launched Keratoconus Barbados on Good Morning Barbados. It's 6 years ago now. but it affects children in their prime. So you're talking preteens, you're talking a child maybe ready to do 11 plus, not doing so well, not seeing well, wearing glasses, but still not seeing. Part of it, because people don't know the condition, is believing that the child, when the child says, my glasses aren't working, I'm not seeing well out of my glasses. So you're at that critical stage in this big exam, for example, in front of you, you're seeing blurry. We're using whiteboards in the schools now. The glare,
yes,
you're affected by sunlight, light sources, so it makes you squint. You're squinting a lot. You're 11 years old, and it will affect your academics. It will affect your social life. It will affect your confidence. So we basically feel it's very important, even if it affects one child, that people understand what those symptoms are. Listen to the child when they have their glasses in their pocket all the time and refuse to put them on.
Right.
It's not only malingering, it's not only playing around. Sometimes the glasses really do not help. And the reason the glasses don't help is that keratoconus, kerato meaning cornea, conus meaning cone-like. The cornea becomes shaped more like a cone than the nice flat surface that it should be. So I bought my eyeball.
Okay, here
right.
we go.
So
folks, this is where I'm going to be tested. Thank you for putting that on the screen. Thank you.
So right. So that is a scleral lens fitting over the cornea, and I'll talk a little bit about scleral lenses and a little bit of my journey with keratoconus because I now wear scleral lenses. So you have basically, this is the eyeball. The white is the sclera, right? So the white that you're seeing is called the sclera. When you look at the eyeball front on, what I'm touching here, the very front of the eye is the cornea.
Oh,
the very, very front of the eye. So when you open this little model, you can see inside the eye, it has all the nerves and blood vessels and so on. But the cornea is this little, that little film, let's call it a film at the very, very front of the eye. It's not the part that has the color.
Oh, I was just going to refer to it as that, but that's not it.
No, which is the iris. It's not the part that has the color. So it's this little film at the very, very front. And that becomes very important when we start to talk about what can cause keratoconus. So I will not today ask you to disassemble and reassemble because I don't want to put you on the spot.
Thank you very much.
You did warn me that you didn't know. But so we're just focusing on this very tiny but very important part. When we talk about corneal transplants, you're talking about simply replacing this part. And this part is really where the light is going into your eye first. Any distortion, it becomes, it's not nice and that nice flat, you know, nicely curved surface. The light is going to bounce all around.
Can I hold that a second?
Sure, and you're not able to see.
Yeah. So when this, folks, get a little cloudy, it has a problem connecting with the nerve. So the nerve sends false messages to the rest of your knowledge. When this is damaged in any kind of way, it sends some funny signals back to your brain that tells you something is definitely wrong, something is a little different. And sometimes you begin to accept what you thought was real, but all the time this was a little bit murky and it was a little bit discolored, it was scratched, it was whatever, but it can also be keratoconus that you're dealing with. Don't assume for 1 second that this is all that it is. And so that's what we want to focus in on as we do so. And by the way, this is all part of what you can experience when you come to the Girlfriends Expo, coming up very, very soon as well. Roseanne Myers is going to be there to talk a little bit more about this, right?
Yes. So
what's the solution?
It's not so much that it becomes misshaped. It becomes misshaped, it becomes pointed.
Oh.
So when I would have first come on the show, I talked about my experience with keratoconus. I was diagnosed at 24, and the cornea becomes more pointed, more cone-like, and therefore you're not seeing nice and clear. You're seeing blurred, you're not seeing sharp. that can continue as you grow, as you mature, and then it can stabilize. But the misshapen nature of the cornea continues to be like that, thus the rigid gas permeable lens, or what we call the hard lens, which was the tiny lens that we spoke about in our several times here, which would sit right here on the cornea. It would literally sit on the cornea. The new sclera lenses now fit over the cornea, and they cover a little bit of the sclera. And they stay a little off the cornea, and you can put your solution in the lens, so your eye is floating in that solution. Your eye, the smaller rigid gas permeable lens sitting on your eye, I can tell you, after your eyes start to progress, if they do, they don't stay in, so they fall out all the time. And that's basically what was happening to me. So my eyes remained stable from 24, I was diagnosed at 21, 24, up until 6 months ago. Next month I'm 65. So 40 years with the condition, I've had no problems. All of a sudden it starts to advance again, the lens is not staying in. So now I go to the sclera lens, which is really best practice. And the vision is so sharp, it's amazing. It really is. The question then becomes, because research has always been one of the things we want to do, is why after 40 years of stability has this happened?
Yes.
And that's what I'm investigating now, and what can be done. There is no cure for keratoconus, but we have been able to support a number of children get cross-linking, which is riboflavin dropped onto the eye. It hardens the cornea and stops it from galloping forward. Sounds very simple. It was invented or a number of years ago, and we've been doing it in Barbados for many, many years, even before the US was doing that procedure. So fortunately, through our fundraising, we've been able to support children who couldn't afford. It's not offered free of cost at the QEH, but through the charity, we've been able to work with Barbados' only corneal specialist, Dr. Barker, to be able to assist some of those children who needed the help. And we have some very good partners. The Sandy Lane Trust has done a lot of work, supported a lot of children. And now World Pediatric Project is also assisting children under 18. As you would remember, our strategic vision was that the treatment and early detection and then the treatment became available widely to anyone who needs it. So we were able very early to provide the diagnostic equipment. It now sits at the school's eye clinic at the Winston Scott Polyclinic, where, because that's the age, you know, from 8 until 18, 20, that's where you see a lot of the new cases. There are a lot of people who were not diagnosed. There were a lot of people who are wearing glasses, very thick glasses, still not seeing well. Unfortunately, they're not referred to the corneal specialist. So we say to parents and teachers, if you have a child who is wearing glasses and they're changing glasses constantly, and you're told it's astigmatism and the glasses will correct, the glasses are getting thicker and thicker, you need to get the child referred to get a further investigation. I'm not saying it will be. People are turning up, I'm told, with our little flyer. One optometrist, everybody's turning up with this saying, do I have keratoconus?
That's good.
Well, you know what, that is good, because if you do, you can get your pentacam scan done at these polyclinic, Winston Scott. Call, you can make an appointment there as an adult or child, get the scan done, and it can tell you whether you have it or not. You may have it very, very early. Early prevention, just about everything that you do. I say prevents later confusion, because it's going to be confusing, it's going to be very difficult to treat. You have to do the cross-linking, and then you're wearing sclera lenses. So we want to thank Girlfriends Expo. We have pitched the booth. People say, why are you there? It's all about, you know, fun and makeup. And no, women are serious about health as well. So we figured, why not go where the decision makers in the home, which are usually the women, are. They bring the kids, and we do free visual screening.
Nice.
Very simple. Very simple. Can you see from this distance?
Oh, that's simple. Okay.
Yeah. I can tell you my experience. It's really funny. I'm holding up, and you can. There's a little app on the phone.
Right.
The first letter, big A, fills up the whole screen. And we're saying to one lady, "Can call the letter?" She said, "Which letter?"
Oh dear.
I said, "The one on the phone." She said, "Which phone?" We are walking around, a lot of us, and we can't see. Beautifully made up, lashes out to here, no problem with that. We have to be able to see and go get checked. Doesn't matter your age. Now, keratoconus is not the most prevalent condition, but one of the things that unfortunately is, well, something that we learned is that because you have keratoconus doesn't mean you've ticked all the boxes. I can still have glaucoma.
That's right.
I can still have all of the other conditions. So I need also to check my regular eye health. So keratoconus, learn the word keratoconus.
Yes.
Ask your optometrist about it. If you see you have the conditions, and this little flyer, which was designed by a Barbadian, and let me say, for regathering, come long home. A Barbadian living in Fort Lauderdale, Kathy Thornton, who kindly does all of our artwork stuff complimentary, because this is her contribution to this effort and Back to Barbados. And it tells you blurred vision, sensitivity to light. Night vision is a big problem.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
For a lot of people, but for keratoconus even more so. So we want to say, come on by the booth, A15.
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 All right.
We've been there for 2 or 3 years now.
Yes, yes.
Get your vision checked. But the very important thing is when we do a simple test, and we will be joined, thankfully, by some of the residents from the QEH, ophthalmology department. They've been very kind to work with us for 2 years, provide some young medical professionals. You may want to go aside and just ask a question about your eyes.
So true. We got to leave it there, Roseanne. But certainly we want to encourage all of you to visit the booth A15, A15 at Girlfriends Expo this coming weekend.
Yes.
And
February 1 and 2.
There you go. And see if this is you. Find out whether or not this is you. If you're experiencing the blurred vision, all of those kinds of things, come have your eye check. It's going to be free of cost, indeed. Roseanne Myers, as always, thank you so much for continuing the sensitivity awareness.
Yes,
because we need to stay on top of this so that we can bring relief to those who are handling this as well.
Very much so.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Pearson.
Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
20 to 8 o'clock now, Rodney Simpson joins me on set. He is the Chief Executive Officer of SIMO School of Cricketing Excellence. Rodney, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Barbados.
Why did you form this School of Cricketing Excellence?
One, I like kids. Two, when I see my passion and my urgency, come when I see what is happening to our young people in Barbados, our youth, and what's going on in the community. I come from a community just over there, the Pine, and 20 years ago, the Pine was a place where you want to be. You know, all sorts of sporting activities, all sorts of young people was given opportunities to go away and read the cases. And, you know, it hurt me to see now where we at right now.
Right.
I cannot believe that we're back there now. I mean, I don't know how we get back there, but I mean, I was part of it. I was part of organizing events, you know, carrying youngsters and, you know, giving youngsters opportunity. I think youngsters need opportunities. And I think in communities we need to have more sporting activities and social activities in communities. So I decided to start this cricket coaching school for boys and girls between the age of 6 and 19. I think a child at 6 years, now, 14 years after, he's going to be 20.
Yes.
And it's what we install in him between 6 and 20. And if we see being negative, and he ain't seen a positive, it's quite obvious 90% of the times he's going to grow up with negative. I think we need to have a mentorship program. I think we have to have, what I would like to see government do is have a youth development mentorship program across the communities across Barbados, similar to what I'm doing. My program that I'm launching is the Youth Community Outreach Mentorship Program, where on a Saturday mornings from 8 till 12, we'll be coaching cricket, but we're merging the sport that they love to mentor the children, to mentor the youth. We're going to have, like, for 45 minutes, Crime Stopper, peace on guns, anger management, teaching them banking, also entrepreneurship, which is very important because every time a child goes to school, they say they want a job, When 6,000 people come into school, only about 3,000 or 2,000 get a job. Then the rest come unemployed.
Right.
And that's where problems start. Then they go up on the blocks. Now, if they think about their own business, they open opportunities as black businessmen. And I think that we need to get that into schools. We need to have them, and the school system have to change. We have to have a strong mentorship program into the schools from both primary into secondary. And I think the result will be different. Having police presence in the communities and with the cases, yes, that's short term, but we have to put long-term mechanisms in place for young people. And I think that this is where we're falling down. I think we're falling down from the school system. We are not having the much mentorship programs, right? Because when you mentor a child, and you mentor them positive, when they reach a certain age,
They'll continue doing that.
Continue the same thing.
So your school is looking at those between the age of 6 and 19.
Yeah.
How can people enroll in your School of Cricketing Excellence so that they get benefits from this mentorship program?
Well, what I have a Facebook page, right? Persons that want to go up on the Facebook page, SIMO School of Cricketing Excellence, and there there's an application form, right? I also can leave my number. You know, any parent want a child to join, they could call, right? I think it's very important. It's very important. It's beneficial. It's beneficial to the child, as I was explaining to you just now.
And to the family.
And to the family.
And the community
right?
at large.
Because a generation is a continuation. And if you continue upon the same path, you can get the same result.
Yes.
If you change a generation, then,
yes.
And that's what we're doing. We are not changing a generation. And if you don't change a generation, a child is 6 now, stays on a negative path, he's going to multiply when he gets 20. Yeah. If he multiply a bad apple, he expect to get a good apple. I'm being serious.
That's a good point. That's
you know
a good
what I mean? So we have to take it serious. I think that all the short-term measures is stopgaps.
Okay.
But we have to have long-term measures.
Right. So on Facebook, SIMO School of Cricketing Excellence, you can enroll right there indeed. Where are these sessions going to be and what time are they?
On a Saturday morning.
On a Saturday morning.
8 to 12. We look at the whole at Macpill Robert Brown Pavilion.
Oh.
Right. And I hope that
opposite the gas station.
Yeah. And I hope that parents in my community really send the children to church because, you know, it hurts me when I come from a community and then, you know, you hear police presence. Yeah. I see a video. I can't believe I got it because I didn't see it personally. I see police presence. I see soldiers walking through the point with guns. I see a video at the sanitizing the point, and it send a bad message. You know, if you live in the point and you go for a job, first thing they say, we don't want you. You know, and 20 years ago, the pine was stable, very stable. And I'm willing to work, and we cannot put politics in everything. No. Whether it's A, B, and C. When it comes to communities, we have to tell ourselves, we're doing it for the community, we're doing it for young people. Take politics out of it. As politics come in, it becomes damaging. Right. And most communities find is that when politics creep in, you may have a person that is a good community practitioner, but he may be on the other side. And they don't take that just stop that.
Don't allow anything to divide at all.
No,
all hands on deck.
So,
March 15th, you're launching. Yeah. You're starting on March 15th right there in Map Hill on the big playing field with the pavilion opposite the gas station. Simo's School of Cricketing Excellence and Mentorship Program for those 6 to 19. Remember, go to Facebook, Simo's School of Cricketing Excellence, and enroll. Is there a fee for enrollment?
Yeah. $20 to join. Right. And $60 a month.
$60 a month, $20 to join. Your registration fee is $20 and then $60 a month. And it's a good, positive program to be a part of because not only is your child learning a skill, your child is learning skills for life in the mentorship program as well. And so you have your team of mentors, you have everything all set up. You're just ready now to roll out on the 15th of March.
Yeah. Right. And what I want to see, I want to see that government take the approach to have a similar program like that throughout all the communities across Barbados in every discipline. You use the sport that they love to mentor them and look for the community practitioners within that particular community to work with them. And you will see a difference. So this is the message to government. Have this program set up. Use all the community practitioners in all the sporting disciplines and reach out to each of them with the sport they love.
The wonderful thing is that you're leading by example, Rodney. Thank you so very much indeed. I wish you the very best with your initiative. Simo School of Cricketing Excellence. Remember, find them on Facebook. Register today. Registration fee is $20 and $60 a month to keep your child positively engaged in something really, really good and developmental. There is a mentorship program that they run alongside, and you will see the change in your child once they go through this thing. They're approaching those 6 to 19 years old, and that's where we begin to make the big sound long-term difference. Thank you, Rodney Simpson, and I wish you the very best.
Same to you.
Good man. Morning Barbados continues right after this.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Checking 1, 2, 3.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
9 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. Can you imagine living somewhere and all around you is burning down? I am so serious. And you can feel the heat alone. And you know, we tend to want to run and watch as a spectacle, but it's a real life experience for one Bajan who's living in California. His name is Scott Bailey. He joins us now from California. Scott, good morning to you. All right, I'm not sure if you're muted or if it's me who's can't hear you, but I can't imagine, Scott, and I'm so glad you've joined us. I cannot imagine what life is like for you, looking around you and all you're seeing is charred and almost barren. What has it been like for you while those California wildfires are raging?
I actually live north of all that's going on, but I actually experienced a similar situation about 9 years ago. It was called the Butte Fire. It burnt about 70,000 acres, which is 111 square miles. So that is almost all of Barbados burnt. It was, it's a very terrifying experience. I don't think you realize what it is like when you see a 180-foot tree go up into flames in a couple of seconds. I think, we see it. I used to see it on news myself before I lived here. And then experiencing it, it's just a whole different ball game. You really see the wrath of Mother Nature when you see those kind of things happen, And
I'm trying to imagine what goes through your mind when you see it approaching and you see that reality. What are some of the first things you had to start thinking about?
At that time, I was actually watching it approach for about 3 days from a distance. That picture there, that was actually a fire last year that was right next to my house. As you saw in the first picture, the smoke was very small. And then there's this one. And then that's another one. And all of that took about 15 minutes to get from a small fire to a big fire like that. Now that picture there is the one from 9 years ago, and that can only just tell you what it is like. I watched that come into where's the property I was managing at the time, and it took about 3 days to get there. There's, I don't even know if there's words for it because I experienced a lot of other natural disasters, but experiencing that it's almost like an apocalypse. So I evacuated that property and moved back to another property, and then the fire came towards that property. So we were watering down everything, and literally you have ash falling on you and you cannot see anything. You don't know where the fire is coming from. You don't know how much time you have. You're just trying to take care of the property, get it ready, and then some people stay and some people leave. Sometimes you stay, you save your place. Other times, you stay and, unfortunately people perish. The one that I was part of, 2 people perished, a young gentleman and an older gentleman, because they decided to stay. But there's it's just a chance some people take, they want to save their home. A lot of people, especially in the rural areas, they don't have a lot of money. They've been in that land for many generations. They don't want to lose what they have, but your life is the most important thing. You can always buy back things. So I always, people, usually tend to leave, and you just keep moving until the firefighters, get a hold of it.
You're from Barbados, so I'm sure you probably said to yourself, what on heaven's earth am I doing out here running from a fire? And I could be in Barbados not having this to deal with. Did you have those kinds of thoughts?
Sometimes I do. I do think, why am I still living here? But, where I live is actually very similar to Barbados. It's a small community in the mountains. We're kind of close to the Yosemite National Park and those kind of areas. And, it's the same small community. When these things happen, people band together and help each other out. people get each other's animals out and stuff like that. Or, you know, if there's a potential to save a property, you know, the firefighters they'll really stay. If you make the effort to do your fire clearance and your tree trimming, and stuff like that, they will make an effort to, you know, save your property, you know. So it's a nice area to be in when these situations happen. Like I say, it's similar to the Caribbean. People kind of look out for each other and help out each other. So it's, you know, that brings an assurance to it. But yeah, sometimes I think to myself, what am I doing all the way up here? But life carries you where it carries you.
Yes.
You know, so I've just gone with the flow, and I like living here. It's nice. It's small, it's quiet, but the fire like that one we saw in the picture, there's nothing you could really do. Like I said, I just got my passport, my green card, my wife, and my little baby ready, and my dogs. You get everything ready. You have a bag. Usually every fire season, I pack a bag. We pack a bag of like some clothes, and you keep your important documents close by. And that's just part of, you know, it's just like, you know, when the hurricanes come, you know, you board it, you get ready. That's how we get ready here. And you basically, you know, wait for the authorities to let you know whether to stay or go. That picture there, we were told to leave, but I've had a little more experience now of living in this area for about 12 years. So we stayed a little longer monitoring the wind. You get to learn the weather patterns and stuff, and you just kind of watch the fire, how it goes. And we actually never had to leave that one because the firefighters got it under control, but it spread very quickly.
Right.
And luckily there's another town right below my house. They managed to save that town.
But then you have the pressure of the folks at home, your family at home, who are constantly calling and saying, Scott, you okay?
Yeah. Like right now for the fires in Southern California, I live 8 hours away by car. So I'm in Northern California. I'm above Sacramento. And I still got a bunch of calls. Everybody asks me, are the fires by you? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I say, yes, I'm okay. But yeah, it's just a real devastating thing. I know people look at the one in Southern California and you see like all the movie stars and all these people losing stuff, but they're like, oh, they could just rebuild. And sometimes we think like that, but I mean, some of those people come from nothing, and they have their family heirlooms and stuff from generations that they have in their house and their memories, and and everything is gone. And at that point in time, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You're all going to the same shelter. You're all going to go and stay in the same place. You're all going to go and eat food together, and work through it together. At that point in time, everybody becomes the same because everybody's misplaced. It doesn't really matter who you are, what you look like, if you're a movie star or not. A lot of those other families, just like how in Barbados on the West Coast, where you got two big hotels and you got a little family home in the middle, been there 100 years and they don't sell out. It's the same thing in Los Angeles. You got a lot of families there that have been there since the beginning, and they've lost everything.
The fire became the big equalizer. Scott, I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so glad you're some distance away, but you still keep your eyes on those flames and that wind here because we need you.
The wind is no joke. That's the biggest thing.
Exactly. Well, all right, we got to leave it there. But Scott, good to see you, and thank you so much for joining us on Morning Barbados.
Yes, sir. Pleasure chatting with you. Good morning to everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Excellent. Scott Bailey is his name. He's in California. He's north of those fires, but he's keeping a close eye on what's happening indeed. That's our time for today, everybody. You have been fantastic. Continue to engage. Remember always to tell someone about us. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Our little crew says thank you and good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.